Hey y'all, Carol Norby here. You're at my Stampin' Carol Lots of Crafty Goodness page on Facebook, or you're on my YouTube channel. I had a class this morning, and I had a few gals that couldn't make it. One called this morning and she wasn't feeling well, and out of the abundance of caution, she decided to stay home. So I'll be mailing her kit to Terry. But I am going to do a video on the cards we made today. For these gals, if they need any more help over and above what my directions give. So you're welcome to watch. You're welcome to learn. There's nothing real fancy about these cards. They were very simple. My gals got them done in an hour. They were fast. Yeah, I'm impressed. But they are rather simple cards. Next month, I'm going to get even. They will not be as simple. So anyway, I'll flip the phone over and we'll get started with the cards. Hang on. Okay. There's my website name. And this is the first card we're going to make. And one of my gals actually showed something to me today, and I go, now that is clever. So I will show you what she did. So, excuse me. So we're going to start by adhering this piece of paper to the folded card base. And have you noticed that when you look at a card and you go to glue, you always flip it over? Now, why is that? Something to ponder. Is it just because we're so good at adhering to the back side of something that even if there's both sides are the exact same, you're going to flip it over? Just because it's a habit. See a little crinkle on that end. So, so I don't know. That's a good one to ponder. I can see I might need to trim my white cardstock a little bit. So that's okay. So I've got that piece done. I'm going to set it aside. So now I'm going to start with this. And what my friend showed me, Anna, she said, isn't this, I gave 4 pieces. The card only shows 3, but I did not like this piece here. So I gave a second piece. Well, she flipped these 2 over and put where's the other one? Okay. This one in the middle for 3 sets of leaves. And I go, now I really like that. I did not notice that. And then we said, save this piece. You can put it in the middle or whatever you want to do with it. So anyway, so I already put that one down, and I'll get these on real quick. I'm going, that was good. And I so appreciate my gals because they show me things like that and I go, well, duh, why didn't I think of that? It's just funny. You only have to get these even at the bottom because we're going to cover the top. And you want about a 1/16 of an inch in between. They are made to fit that way. So anyway, thanks to Anna. And Anna, she starts teaching school next week. She's going to be teaching 10th and 11th or 11th and 12th grade English. So she's a little bummed in that my classes are only on Friday. Okay, so then we're going to put this at the top. So I'm going to add my paper. Now, you just want to just cover that, or at least make it an even distance from the top of the card to the first letter from here to there. Does that make sense? Maybe not. Anyway, get that in there. That's about right. Okay, and then this piece is going to wrap around. I said you can either leave the dots exposed and put this right underneath, or cover it, or go above. It's your choice. Now, and what I did on my ribbon is, I think, if I remember rightly, I added tape along the whole length. So, and I can't, let's see which side. There, that's the back side. You can tell a little bit by the brown accents. So I'm going to adhere that. Set that aside. Now on my card, originally I covered the dots, but I think this one, I will expose them. Just like that. And put that in the back. Okay, so now I'm going to, see, that's why we're so used to, even if you're looking at it and it's the same both sides, you're used to flipping it over to adhere things. So, so I'm going to adhere this down. It's just one of those what ifs or whatever. I don't know. It's a ponderance. Okay. I'm going to stick this here. I will trim the white off the bottom with my paper trimmer. And then you're going to glue this. I'm not going to do it right now because it takes forever to glue. So I'm going to set that aside. That's the first card. Okay. One down. Okay. We're moving along. This is the second card. And so, let's see. Grab my pieces. So, I got to remember what I did. We're going to, it helps if I get my directions. Okay. I'm going to set that aside, okay? So I'm going to glue the haystack piece to the dark roast. This would not be called haystack, it's not green. We used to raise hay for racehorse markets in Kentucky and Arizona and Arkansas. And if you had hay this color, you would not be selling it. A straw, should be called straw stack. So that's going to go right there. And then there's this piece here. It's going to go right about here. So flip it over and apply your adhesive. Angie and I went out for lunch afterwards. The other gals all had stuff going on. Okay, so then you've got these two pieces and you want to cut banner ends. And I showed them how to do it using my grid. And I don't have enough grid. Do I have enough grid showing here? Kinda. So I put my scissors on a mark. I'll just turn this down a little bit more. Okay, there's a good mark you can see. So I put my scissors on a mark and I find the center using my grid. Figure out where I want to cut this. It was an aha moment for a couple of the gals. I said, good. You know, I had to learn so much of this on my own that my aha moments were online. Nobody could tell me, or show me, they could barely tell me. So I'm going to lay this over the top and just cut that same amount out so it's just like it. Okay, there's that. So I'm going to adhere this one here and this one here. Okay, I'm going to flip that just a little bit. There we go, so I can see what I'm doing on my phone. Add my adhesive. I should have just enough adhesive to get through this class. I go through a lot of tape. Okay, I'm going to put this right about there, even at the top. Make sure it's even all the way down. That looks good. And the same with the other one. I will have one extra kit that I will finish out as a kit. Make sure it's, now see, now I don't like this one. I didn't get that quite over. There we go. Not pointy enough. And I'll put this right about here. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere these two pieces together, get that out of the way, because I'm going to pop later. I'm going to pop my fox and then pop this, so you don't want to make too much dimension because then it's a little more difficult to mail. I was at the post office today and mailed off the Halloween goodies to all our families, all 4 families, and I had a few other envelopes to mail. It was almost $28. Oops, got to get to the right spot. No, I'm supposed to be doing him. Where's my brains? Okay, I get to talking, I forget what I'm doing. It's like I'll be watching I'll put on a movie while I'm crafting, and I have to rewind the movie because I get so enthralled in what I'm doing. There we go. Now I will pop this. So get my tape. So these classes were very fast. And then, like I said, I showed them next month's cards, and to a T, everybody signed up. Even Anna, who is now teaching, and I will have to just catch up with her somewhere and get it delivered as a kit. But I can always meet her up by Dunkin' Donut in Sarita, because I go there twice a week, or I can go after work. Okay, this is going to go, what's that piece right there? This is going to go right about there. Okay, I'm going to adhere this to the card base, and then I have the fashion dots, and I just adhered them in a pleasing manner. So I'll set this aside and get on to the next card. Okay, get that open. There's the third card. Get all my pieces out. Okay, so this one, it was really easy and fast. So I'm going to adhere the base, the brown, dark brown, to the card base. Flip it over, yes. Let's just stay true to that motion. You know, anymore, it's habit. Okay. Get that on there evenly. Okay, and then we're going to adhere this piece right about here. And don't worry about it, both pieces are the same size. So we'll get that on there. And actually on this, one side seems to show more fiber than the other. No, maybe not. I thought maybe there was a difference. Nope. Okay. Got a little tickle. Going to adhere this about a 1/4 inch in. Right about there. We're going to adhere this piece down here. Make sure. Sometimes paper trimmers have a tendency to leave a little bit of an edge. And since I didn't use my Fun Stampers Journey paper trimmer, and I use my big Cutter Bug Pro, whatever, great big machine, I don't have that edge. So a lot of this flipping this over is because of that edge. And I'm going to put this one on. Now the gals today, I messed up and we put this on first and put this over the edge. It makes no difference. Whatever you like. So make sure I get clear to the edge on here. I'm going to just kind of line this up. This is basically centered top to bottom. Just sort of. I got to look at this a little bit closer to make sure. Okay. I'm going to adhere this here. Keep watching, because sometimes my tape will have a tendency to roll around this roller instead of going pie. It just, good sticky tape. I get my tape for this from the Tape Jungle. He's been very, I have had some good sales. I want to make sure this lines up about halfway through that, halfway between this point and this point. That looks pretty straight. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this to this. So get it to where I can see what I'm doing. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Get this centered. There we go. I'm going to pop this on here, so I'll grab my tape. Now, Fun Stamper's Journey Spellbinders has some great foam squares. I love them. But I go through so much foam that I've actually bought this one on Amazon. It's by Bertha, something. It's 1/16 of an inch thick. I got a pretty good size roll for about $13, $14 on Prime. So that keeps my cost down because, like I said, I use a lot of this stuff. Oh my gosh. In fact, one card we was doing today, I can't remember which one it was. Must have been the, okay, it was the one with the 3 panels. I did not have hardly any popping done on that. And one gal goes, "That's not like you." I go, "No, it's not." Okay, I've got to find my glue dots that I want. So, I had already previously tied this natural twine through the button, and there's glue on it to hold it. And I'd done that ahead of time because I know some of my gals have a real struggle with tying things, and I can just sit here and whiz these right out. Okay, this is going to go in this corner, about like that. Get that out of the way now because I don't need them and I don't want them in my way. And then I included 3 fashion golds, and one large and 2 smalls, and they're just going to be put on here evenly top to bottom. So that was that card. This, I don't know where that one came from. Okay, so that one's done. And then the last one. Now this one, I changed it a little bit from having made it. It's a slimline card. I added more leaves. I looked at it and I was thinking, you know, it just doesn't look right with that few of leaves. And then one of my gals ordered the kit and she says, "Can I have more leaves?" And I said, that was my problem. I needed more leaves. Okay, so I'm going to start with my card base. This is actually 7 inches by 8.5 folded. So then it's 3.5 by 8.5. That is pretty much a standard size. It'll fit in an A10, I think it's an A10 envelope. I splattered with the ends with cranberry silk, cranberry bliss silk, and we'll get this put on. Oops, don't want that. Okay, so see, this was a really fast class. I will do next month's class. It's on November 20th. I will do it also online for the gals because I already have 3 kits being reserved. See, that's what I don't like. I don't get this on here just right the first time. I have a little bit of a mess. So I got to get that off. Okay, I'll add a little more tape there. Okay, so sometimes just trying to get this evenly on here, evenly in the corner where it belongs. And I will have to trim this card because I did not get this piece cut quite right. Then we're going to layer this on here. And the back side is where it's raised from the piercing. Okay, just a few more minutes. It's good because I'm really close to running out of tape. We're going to roughly center that. Now what I showed the gals, this is going to go right in the middle here, right about here. So you want to get your leaves in a position where, you know, most of the stem is covered. So I know that's most of the stem is covered there, and I know most of the stem is covered right about there. So I'm looking at it, going, okay, that's going to be the top up here, and the side here, so that's where I'll put this one. And I don't typically put adhesive on the stem because it's going to be held down by my thing. And what I can do is I can actually take this other piece and put it same position. And then I know I'm good with the location. So I will stick this one here. Okay, so there. Okay, so then maybe this one, let's see. This one's going to go here. I will put this one here. That works. Just try to line up my stems. But if you've got the kit, you know, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you don't have to follow my lead exactly. I love seeing people do some changing and make the card their own. So we'll stick this one right about here. Now I'm going to do something different. I didn't show this to the gals, but I'm going to slightly pop these two pieces. I think that would look kind of cool, and I'm not going to pop them much, just the tips, just the tip. So I'm going to add foam at the tips of both of these. I'm not going to add any adhesive to this otherwise, because it will be held down with other pieces. So I'm going to stick this on here. We'll just add that right there. Get my little doodads out of the way. And right about there. And then I gave some fun little berries. You know, these can go wherever you want. Say like that. And maybe pop those, you know. That would be kind of cool. So I will do that. Stick this. So say like right there. Get a couple more little pieces. I actually hold my foam tape between my knees. So when I'm pulling back, that's where I keep my tape, because with holding it between my knees, that's like a third hand. Yeah, that's a little weird, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to stick this in right about here. This one right about here. Then there is this piece. Now this, I told them, you really need to have a good glue pen. And there's my glue pen. And I'm going to adhere, let me get this out of the way for the moment. I'm going to adhere my word blessed to my piece here. So make sure it's coming out. There, it's starting to come. There we go. So I'm just going to add some dots of glue just to make sure it stays. Okay, just about there. Okay, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to have to stand up to make sure I get this centered right where I want it. There, just like that. And then I'm going to pop this right here. So stay down there. Go grab my foam again. Actually, I should go all the way across so I can hold that. So I'm going to do this a little bit different. Get a big piece here. I'm going to measure it with my, so I can see. Okay, right up there. And cut this. So one nice thing about tape like this, you can cut it to fit. So there's that piece. Make sure it's down. And there's this piece. Make sure it's down. Okay, that stayed where it belonged. So I will pull these off. Ooh, it's warm. And I'm going to stick this, center it side to side. And there we go. And then I again gave some Fashion Gold dots to put on there. So isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to show you something else. I just recently got an order in. I was so pleased. These are some new stuff. This is Sweet Blooms border. It will be available. This is a glimmer plate. It will be available soon. Isn't that beautiful? I can't wait to play with that. But look at this. You can get this one now. This is called Kaleidoscope Cross. Makes beautiful two-tone crosses. But what's also neat, you can get the glimmer plate. No, I'm getting a glimmer plate with beautiful sentiments and matching dies to cut them out. That is just cool. And then this is going to be used in a class in January. This is called Forever Love Hearts. It'll be available, I don't know when. I really don't. But since I'm a wholesaler, I actually was able to get these now. And you can get these beautiful words with it that says forever yours and love you. Isn't that beautiful? So I did that. So I'm going to flip the phone back. And that was our class today. I'm just starting to sweat. It's warm. So that was our class today. We had fun. We were done so fast. But then again, like I said, I'll get even next month. They'll do a longer class because the cards are a lot more difficult. So anyway, I hope I inspired you. I hope you give some of these a try. I have found some of these layouts on Pinterest. I do have a Pinterest board. I think it's under Stampin' Carol and Carol Narby. I don't know. You'll find me. I have a board called Card Sketches, and I've gotten some of my ideas off of there. So just for inspiration, you know, I sit there and I'll look at a piece of paper or a stamp or something and I go, duh, now what? So have a great day. And if you're watching this to learn how to make the cards, wonderful. If you're watching this just for fun, wonderful. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.